Did you know that only 14 restaurants in the entire US hold 3 Michelin stars?
The Inn at Little Washington, D.C., Chef Patrick O'Connell.
That's right, these spots are so exceptional that the Michelin says they're worth a special journey. Hi there, I'm Kelly Gomez, and today I'm taking a special journey to my first ever 3 Michelin starred restaurant. I'm now happily in my 30s, and if I told my 20-year-old self that I'd be paying an absurd amount of money for a single restaurant, she wouldn't have believed it. I've always been a foodie at heart, and growing up in Asia, I've had plenty of amazing meals without breaking the bank. But I also grew up to watching the great Anthony Bourdain, all the episodes of Chef's Table, and I've dreamt of someday visiting these places. So I thought, you know what? There's no better time than now. It's time to celebrate myself and all my hard work the best way I know how. So come with me to the Inn at Little Washington, a 3 Michelin star legend dazzling diners for 46 years. Tucked away in the charming town of Washington, Virginia, the Inn at Little Washington is where opulence meets small-town charm. It all began in 1978 when self-taught chef Patrick O'Connell transformed an old gas station garage into a fine dining destination. Known as the Pope of American cuisine, Chef O'Connell had a bold vision to bring French culinary techniques to Virginia, all while spotlighting local ingredients.
Welcome. Good evening.
From humble beginnings, Chef O'Connell has served some of the world's most notable figures, including Queen Elizabeth II and members of the British royal family. And it's not just royalty. Celebrities like Martha Stewart, Barbara Streisand, Jack Nicholson, Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Chris Pine have made the journey to experience this iconic restaurant. With 6 James Beard Awards, Triple A's 5 Diamond Awards, 3 Michelin stars, and a Michelin Green Star for sustainability, it is no wonder this place has become legendary. The Inn at Little Washington is about an hour-and-a-half drive from DC, or just an hour from Dulles Airport. The drive itself is part of the charm. Think rolling hills, grazing cows, and lush green fields. When we arrive in town, it feels like stepping back in time. Quaint, quiet, and brimming with old-world charm. It's the perfect setting for what's to come. And then we reach the Inn at Little Washington. Walking inside feels like entering a new world. The space perfectly blends opulence and whimsy with rich jewel-toned walls, antique furniture, glittering chandeliers, and stunning floral arrangements. I booked the 5 p.m. seating to enjoy the restaurant in daylight, and arriving early meant we had the place all to ourselves for just a little bit. That was such a memorable way to start. There are 2 menus to choose from, the Gastronaut's menu and the vegetarian Good Earth menu. My boyfriend and I both went with the Gastronaut's menu, and I added all the supplements and wine pairings to my set. The experience starts with a lineup of appetizers. First, their signature popcorn in a carnival-style bag, tossed in truffle oil, Parmigiano Reggiano, and topped with shaved black truffle. It was so good, I want to recreate it at home. Next, an oyster with champagne and passion fruit gelée, followed by a fun twist and chips and dip. Crispy potato filled with pimento cheese and topped with chives. Then a cherry bell radish with sea salt and whipped butter, and a beautifully layered egg custard served in its shell. Very flavorful. Then comes the caviar tomato topped with tartare sauce and a cetra caviar. The final bite was warm bread with comté cheese and French butter. Next comes the amuse-bouche options, the standard foie gras mousse or the decadent tin of sin, an extra $62. We tried both. A tin of sin with layers of cetra caviar, cucumber relay, and Chesapeake crab salad pairs beautifully with the brioche. The flavors are a luxurious blend of briny, creamy, and sweet. The foie gras mousse with port wine gelée and local kumquats is velvety and perfectly balanced. Both are served with a crisp André Chloé Grande Reserve champagne poured by Alejandro, our sommelier, who is incredibly warm and attentive.
The citrus, followed by that beautiful brioche and hazelnut finish. My favorite part is the little bubbles dance on the palate of the caviar.
Now it's time for the seafood courses. First, a tuna and swordfish carpaccio topped with wasabi sorbet and served with a shrimp chip shaped like the seashell. The wasabi sorbet is my favorite element that tied everything together. Cool, refreshing, and full of bold flavor. Paired with Chef Patrick's favorite sake, the infinite summer takubetsu honjozo, it's the perfect ocean-inspired dish. Next, a bread basket that features miniature baguettes, sourdough, simit, and rye. Each freshly baked and delicious. The second seafood course is paired with a 2022 Lingua Franca Chardonnay called Avni. Crisp, vibrant, and a perfect match for the richness of the next dish. Lobster mousse stuffed cabbage, drizzled with creamy French butter sauce and topped with caviar. Delicate and satisfying, I can't help wishing for just a little more. For the meat course, we have a choice between duck and venison, so we get one each to compare. The Szechuan pepper-crusted venison is cooked to a perfect medium rare, tender and full of flavor. The spicy crust adds a kick, while caramelized endive and lingonberry demi-glace bring a sweet, tangy contrast. As delicious as the venison is, my favorite is the duck with foie gras and grilled figs. Pan-roasted to perfection, the duck is rich and tender. The foie gras, celery root puree, creme brulee figs, and port wine demi-glace provided a sweet and savory balance, an absolute standout. This is all perfectly complemented by the first and only red wine of the night, a 2021 Alto Moncayo Garnacha from Spain. With notes of blackcurrant, cocoa, and coffee bean, this deep red brings beautiful depth to the meal. And with that, the savory dishes came to an end. Before dessert, we enjoy a palate cleanser, George Washington's Pau Pau Posset. This creamy custard is made from pau pau, a tropical fruit with flavors reminiscent of mango, banana, and passion fruit. Fun fact, pau pau was George Washington's favorite fruit, and he even planted it throughout his Mount Vernon estate. Dessert is where the Inn at Little Washington gets the most creative. We have two options, the standard dessert or the cheese cart for an additional $32. We get one of each. The dessert, apparently a pear, is a stunning creation, a cheesecake with poached pear center, resting on almond cake and spray-painted to look like a ripening pear. For the cheese course, meet Farah the cow, who moves around the tables. It's a fun spectacle that adds a touch of whimsy to the fine dining experience. Cameron, our cheese expert, serves his 5 cheese selections: goat's milk cheese from Spain, sheep's milk cheese called Torta del Casar, cow's milk cheese from Virginia, Epoisse from Switzerland, and caveman blue cheese from Oregon. The cheese cart selection is paired with a 2022 Jorge Ordóñez Moscat wine from Spain, a sweet dessert wine that gave a lovely contrast to the savory cheeses. While I enjoyed the presentation, I'm a little bit disappointed to learn that the cheese supplement was limited to the 5 small slices out of the many cheeses in the cart. I guess I assumed I could choose favorites for a second round, but that wasn't an option. The courses officially end with a serving of tempered dark chocolate, topped with air-popped rice and sea salt. A simple but satisfying final bite. As a parting gift, they give us a charming miniature inn filled with chocolates. But the evening isn't over yet. We're given a tour of the kitchen, designed as an ode to grand British country house with inspiration from Windsor Castle's dairy farm. It feels like stepping into a fairy tale. Don't forget to stop by their gift shop during your visit. You'll find souvenirs like cutlery, snacks, trinkets, and decor to take a piece of the inn with you. I had such a great time at the Inn at Little Washington. While you can't expect flashy modern techniques, they excel at what they've done best for 46 years. Classic French cooking with a flair. Lots of flair. What really stood out was the playful, relaxed vibe of the entire experience. The staff were incredibly warm and welcoming. Special thanks to our server Gerson and sommelier Alejandro. If I could do one thing differently, I'd probably say I'd skip the wine pairing. None of the wines wowed me, and so next time, I guess I'd share my preference with the sommelier instead, and we can explore the wine list together. Our total bill was $1,454 for 2 people, with only 1 wine pairing and supplements. A solo diner opting for everything can expect to pay around $900. That's a lot of money. So, is it worth it? Well, value is personal. Some people splurge on sports, concerts, or luxury brands. For me, it's food and wine. The experience satisfied my curiosity and let me dive into Chef O'Connell's world of flavor, theatrics, and old world luxury. Also, this is my first 3 Michelin restaurant, so it's already unforgettable. Also want to say, if you're not ready to dive into the full multi-course experience, try Patio's Cafe right across the inn. It's also owned by Chef O'Connell, and it's a more casual spot where you can still enjoy his culinary magic. So, what about you? Would you splurge on a Michelin-starred adventure like this? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe because this is just the start of our culinary adventure. See you in the next video!